They wanted a monster. They already got one. For too long, you were the one who stayed silent. You were the one who held back, the one who swallowed your pain, the one who let the world walk over you while you smiled through the cracks in your soul. They mistook your kindness for weakness. They mistook your patience for permission. They saw the way you took every hit, absorbed every insult, endured every betrayal, and they assumed you would never rise. They assumed you would never change. But oh, how wrong they were. Because every scar they left on you, every wound they inflicted, every lie they whispered, it didn't break you. It built you. It turned the soft-hearted dreamer into something they never saw coming. It turned the quiet one into the storm. They wanted a monster. They already got one. Not the kind of monster they tell stories about to scare children at night. Not the kind that destroys without purpose, that rages without control. No, they created something far more dangerous. They created someone who knows exactly who they are. Someone who has walked through fire and came out with the flames burning inside them instead of around them. Someone who no longer flinches at the weight of the world because they have already carried the heaviest burdens and survived. They wanted to break you, but they only forged you. They wanted to bury you, but they only planted you. And now, you rise. Look at yourself. Look at what you have become. Not in shame, not in regret, but in power. Every single time they underestimated you, they fed the beast inside. Every single time they laughed at you, they sharpened your teeth. Every single time they turned their backs on you, they taught you how to stand alone, unshaken, unbreakable. They mistook your silence for submission. They mistook your pain for surrender. They thought you would never learn to bite back. But now they see, now they know. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not a victim. You are the sum of every battle you have fought, every war you have won, every lesson you have carved into your bones. And now, you do not need to ask for permission to take what is yours. You do not need their approval to step into your power. The days of waiting are over. The days of hoping they will see your worth are gone. Because you see it, because you feel it, because you have become the very thing they feared the most, not a monster of destruction, but a monster of resilience, of strength, of unstoppable force. Think of every time you were told you couldn't. Every time they said you wouldn't. Every time they laughed, dismissed, ignored. Every time they pushed you down and expected you to stay there. Let that memory fuel you, not with anger, not with bitterness, but with certainty. Certainty that you were never meant to be caged, never meant to be tamed, never meant to stay small just to make others comfortable. They tried to make you doubt yourself, but you don't doubt anymore. They tried to make you question your worth, but now you answer with action. They tried to erase you, but you are here, louder, stronger, more alive than ever before. You are the storm they never saw coming. You are the force they can no longer control. They wanted a monster. They already got one. And this monster does not crawl. This monster does not beg. This monster does not ask. This monster takes. This monster builds. This monster thrives. Do not let them tell you who you are. Do not let them define you by your past, by your pain, by their expectations. You are not the same person they thought they could control. You are not the same person they thought would always stay in the shadows. You have seen what you are capable of. You have felt the fire in your veins, the strength in your soul, the power in your voice. And now, nothing can stop you. Let them watch, let them whisper, let them fear what they have created. Because you are no longer here to make them comfortable. You are no longer here to fit into their mold, to live by their rules, to shrink yourself so they can feel bigger. You have taken every lesson they forced upon you, and you have turned it into armor. You have taken every wound they inflicted, and you have turned it into wisdom. You have taken every moment of suffering, and you have turned it into strength. This is not revenge. This is not hate. This is not about proving anything to them anymore. This is about proving everything to yourself. This is about knowing, deep in your bones, that you were always meant for more. That you were always capable of more. That you were always stronger than they ever gave you credit for. They thought they were creating a victim, but they were creating a warrior. They thought they were silencing you, but they were only making your voice louder. They thought they were taking away your power, but they were only giving you a reason to rise. And now, you rise. Not with vengeance, not with desperation, but with absolute, unshakable certainty. You walk forward, not to seek approval, but to take what is yours. You stand tall, not to intimidate, but because you no longer know how to be anything but powerful. You speak, not to argue, but because your voice was always meant to be heard. Let them call you whatever they want. Let them twist your story however they please. The truth remains the same. They wanted a monster, and they already got one. A monster who does not destroy but builds. A monster who does not hate but rises. A monster who does not need permission to exist, to thrive, to conquer. And now, they watch. Now, they see. Now, they understand. You are not here to play small. You are not here to make them comfortable. You are here to take your place, to own your strength, to embrace everything they once told you to hide. You are not afraid anymore. You are not hesitant anymore. You do not question who you are anymore. They wanted a monster. They already got one. And this time, you are not stopping. This time, you are not looking back. This time, you are unstoppable.